And welcome back into our Pirates franchise. We are jumping in, coming off of a rough game 3, in which, as we see, Bobby Miller had a shut down game against us with 12 Ks, 9 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, and it was a struggle for us coming off of a dominant game 2 in which we simmed. So we hate to see it, but we knew this was going to be a tough series against LA, and it wasn't going to be easy in one bit. And now, jumping into game 4, we are going to simulate this game, Quinn Priester versus Emmett Sheehan. But before that, we'll jump into the box score and look over game 3 a little bit. Not much to look at on our end. We will start with the Dodgers. And as you see, Shohei Ohtani did the damage. 2 hits, 2 runs, an RBI. Mookie Betts right behind him, 3 for 3. So we know their lineup can do damage. It was a matter of time. Not much to see on our end. Nick Gonzalez with a triple, De Los Santos with a single. Other than that, it was not much to write home about. Some okay work out of the bullpen. Trevor Stephan, Genesis Cabrera. But we look to take a 3-1 lead here in the 4th game. As you can see, we now have an overlay. So we're making strides here, making progress, and we'll hope to fill a couple more of those out, possibly get a subscriber. I'll get my a Twitter linked for this eventually. But I'm excited, and let's go into simulation of game 4. We are at home, and that is right. We need to check out. I forgot about this entirely. Cole Irvin fractures his hand after the first batter. So we're going to need to call somebody up. But we did that with bringing up Solometo, so we will slide him right into the starting rotation. And we'll see if he can perform here in the playoffs. As we go in, Emmett versus Quinn. I'm excited. Let's see how we bounce back here. Let's make sure. I don't think I did this right. We are quick managing. And here we go, jumping on in. We're going to watch from a distance. Hopefully we get a good start out of our young starters here. I'm going to bring Termarr Johnson down in the lineup. We have a couple guys hitting well. Curtis Mead, I am going to slide into that spot. Nick Gonzalez will move on up. Henry Davis will stay in the 9 hole for us. Let's get into it as Alek Thomas leads us off here. I'm looking forward to next year. As I like to say, this wasn't our year to win it all, so I'm just happy to be here as we go relatively quickly during these simulated games. We get to see their whole lineup, see who gets a hit. And we start down 1-0 here with 3 hits in the first 4 batters, 4 hits in the first 5 batters, 2-0 game, and possibly more as we have bases loaded here with 2 outs. Luckily, Priester's able to get out of it. 2 runs, 4 hits, a walk or 2 mixed in, and we try to get a couple back here as we go. Manzardo gets a single, but round out right after. But we're just hoping to keep it a close game as we go through, give ourselves a fighting chance. 2 runs is not too bad to come back from. So, especially versus a young pitcher with Emmett Sheehan. But Quinn has done a little bit better. We'll see if he's able to get out of here without a run. He's not able to do that. We give up a run. 3-0 game here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll see if we can get some offense going. We have second and third here. 2 outs. An opportunity for De Los Santos, and he cannot come through. Strikes out here, and Alek Thomas brings us to the top of the fourth. Already 2 for 2 on the day. He's been a threat ever since he left our team early in 2025. He let him spread his wings, and he's really flourished. As we do not get a 1-2-3 inning, but finally a clean inning though out of Quinn Priester. We might look for him to just get through 5 innings and hopefully get a little bit of length out of him, as we're just looking to get some hits on the board. We have 4 hits in our last 14 innings. This isn't something we like out of an offense that has been red hot coming into the last 2 games. As Quinn lets up a run here in the 5th inning, I might have to go to the bullpen and see if I can get some length out of Colin Holderman. As he starts it with a pop-up, and Diego Cartaya strikes out. Bottom of the 5th we go. Sheehan still throwing a good game, 4 innings, 6 Ks so far. And we are not able to get anything going so far. And we are not able to as we go into the 6th inning, down for 2 hits. We are sputtering on offense right now. And Alek Thomas steals second after he walks. Gavin Lux grounds out, Perdomo walks, and Otani strikes out. We have 2 outs with 2 runners on. And 1 runner scores on a Mookie Betts single. He's 3 for 4. He has done really well over the past few games. Luckily able to get out of that. Only 1 run. And we'll have Manzardo lead us off in the bottom of the 6th. Strike out for him. Back to back. And he strikes out the side. And we will look to bring someone in here. Most likely going to be a righty with 3 of them in a row. We'll hope Miguel Castro is able to continue his solid postseason so far. Has not given up a run. Only a few hits. Rhys Hoskins singles Cartaya. And Hoskins tries to steal, is caught, and Cartaya will single to fill his space, and Alek Thomas pops out. Bottom 7 we go. Finally, Sheehan gets taken out, and Amir Garrett gets brought in. Nick Gonzalez will finally get our 3rd hit, as we hadn't gotten a hit since the 3rd inning. But back-to-back Ks, and we are not able to get anything going as Henry Davis grounds out. Miguel Castro, I'm going to leave him in, see if we can get some length. I don't feel like using a lot of arms, especially in a game already kind of decided. As he goes 1, 2, 3. And we'll bring somebody in for the 9th, but we like that out of Miguel Castro. Consistent. And top of the lineup for us to start the bottom of the 8th, Curtis Mead. Singles, Robert Drew to step in next. It's into a fielder's choice, replaces Mead at first. De Los Santos up here after a Manzardo strikeout. Nick Robertson with the 54 ERA. It's only 0.1 innings, but let's see if we can bring that up. No, we can't. Into the 9th we go. I'm going to bring in one of my younger relievers, somebody who I look forward to watching grow as we go through this. But let's see if we can get out of this without a blemish. As a man on second now with 2 outs. Mookie Betts 4 for 5 on the day. He's been red hot. We'll see if we can battle here in the bottom of the 9th. Strikeout, pop up. And that's a 5-0 game. An even series here as we will go into gameplay. Let's check the box score here as we see Mookie Betts, 4 singles on the day, continues to dominate in these most recent games. But everybody contributed for them. Everybody had a hit or more. 14 hits on the day for them. We struck them out 12 times, so that's not too bad. But Emmett Sheehan had a great pitching day. 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. As our bats are just not able to get bat on the ball over the past 2 games. As we look through our box score, Curtis Mead, Kyle Manzardo, Nick Gonzalez, the only ones in the hit column. And unlike them, everybody in our lineup contributed in the strikeout category instead of the hit. We don't always like that. But Quinn Priester, 4 1/3, 10 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, a walk, and 7 Ks. Not a lot to write home about. As we have back-to-back losses at home, pointed out by the chat. As our third game, we are gonna jump in. It's gonna be our... Let's see if we want to. We will, in fact, run the 4-man rotation. So we're gonna skip Solo Meadows' start, and we're jumping right to Paul Skeens. Shohei Ohtani and Paul Skeens could have a matchup if I do not do that. So we might have to keep it as is and let Solo get his first playoff start. He's been good for us when we have used him. 12 games in the MLB for us this year. 2 starts, 4 wins, 1 loss, 37 hits in 30 innings. Against a dynamic offense like the Dodgers, we could see a lot of people on the base today. But only 4 home runs, so we will see how he is able to do in his first career playoff start. Paul Skeens will get the ball next game against Shohei Ohtani. And Tamar Johnson didn't do too well last game. Curtis Mead got a hit. So we will stick with him in the leadoff spot. We don't have a lot of speed in this lineup. And we might take Henry Davis out as he is struggling so far. And he has not had an at-bat yet with a hit. But we will give him an opportunity here with Henry Davis. Gonna take a day off. And we jump on in as we have Tony Gonsolin versus Anthony Solometo, a New Jersey product. So I look forward to seeing what we will have out of him. Hopefully we have a dominant start. From Voorhees Township, New Jersey, 6'5". In his first playoff start, we will see how he stacks up against a very good offense. A team that is very hot over the last 2 games, putting the ball in play.
It seems like this series could still have a few twists and turns in it. Yeah, and even though neither team's going to be going home after today,
as we look through the recap here, and it's a 2-2 series with back-to-back 5-0 wins for the Dodgers. Home field advantage not showing to mean much, as both of the home teams so far in this series have lost.
This is a big swing game. First pitch coming at you right after the break.
And let's jump right in. Tony Gonsolin, Anthony Solometo, Pirates versus Dodgers in a crucial swing game here at PNC Park. As we have a new leadoff hitter, Jose De Paula, who does not have a playoff hit yet. Lefty to start, grounds one to Tamar Johnson, and he is taken care of. One pitch, one out. Let's hope we can keep this efficiency up. We have a couple new guys in the lineup with the lefty, Miguel Vargas, Cody Haas. A couple new guys, including Jose De Paula.
They've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations.
And first pitch to Vargas is in for a strike. We'll hope to calm down this offense, who has done nothing but put the ball in play this entire series. And we'll see if we can get our offense flowing again after having 6 combined hits over the last 18 innings. As an 0-2 count here, and he swings up the middle, taken care of again by Johnson. 2 outs here. My off-season plan will be a quicker stream and video, hopefully, and then we'll be able to jump right into spring training. We'll see Ozzie Fernandez, we'll see more of Anthony Solometo. And we'll also see a couple other guys I have down in AAA that might be able to get innings so far this year. Or next year, I mean. And back-to-back balls to Perdomo, 2-0. But it's always fun for me to get player lock games in spring training, because we'll be able to jump into those, do quick games, see how individual prospects perform against MLB talent as opposed to minor league talent.
Here at PNC Park.
And into the bottom of the first, Tony Gonsolin takes the mound. Always a quality pitcher this year. Unfortunately, just went onto the IL in real life, as the Dodgers are the injury bug prone this year. Their entire rotation at some point has gone down, and it's going to be tough for them as they don't really have a full rotation, but Clayton Kershaw has come back from the IL, showing that he will always be able to do what he does with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, regardless. And perfect, that out to center field. That has a chance, and that is on the track and caught. As we start with a long out one, and Curtis Mead will be hitting the weight room a little bit after tonight's game. Only one different person in the lineup as opposed to last game, and that's Andy Rodriguez. We'll start taking a splitter. That splitter is a lot less effective than Bobby Miller's in last episode, as he gave us fits for 9 whole innings. I swung over that pitch maybe about 42 times. So let's see if we can just get something going here against still a great quality pitcher in Gonsolin. Swings behind the fastball at 93. But Bobby Miller was tough, throwing 100, coming back with that splitter. Same arm angle, same tunnel. It was tough the entire time. But bouncing back here, and we are able to finally get a hit. And we'll see if we can get more than 4, as is our last 2-game high. And Manzardo bringing his average up from the .087 that it was a couple games ago. And takes one high for a strike. Has 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and that abysmal 186 average. Kyle Schwarber-esque, but doesn't have the 40 home runs. As Drews takes off, and he is in at second base, as Manzardo fails the hit and run opportunity. Drew, not the fastest guy, can swipe a base every now and then, kinda like a Goldschmidt, and Manzardo hits one up the middle. We're going to test the arm. He looks to get in. We're going to also send Manzardo to second. And he will be safe as we have an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. A great single up the middle. We look to tack on more here with De Los Santos. And we'll take the first pitch in the dirt for a ball.
Nice job behind the plate there.
He's had a great postseason so far. 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, a 1 OPS. We'll see if he can continue that and lead us into a continued run as we swing over a nice splitter. 1-1 count. Trying to get that runner in with a 1 away. And rolls on over that one. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first now, as we had a prime pitch that we just botched. Now Sawinski looks to keep up the success that he's had. Also a 1 OPS. Taking one outside of the zone for a ball.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position.
And
slap the other way, foul.
Just a little behind that. Gotta get a reaction time better. And Manzardo on third takes an extra step. Maybe a as good call up. I like you a lot. 2-1 count here. And here comes Gonsolin. And Sawinski hits it well in play. Pahis takes care of it. 1-0 game. As we get an early lead and look to hold it with Solo on the mound. 2 hits, 1 run. We got as many hits as we did in our last played game. So already off to a good start as Shohei steps up to the plate, hit a home run in our last played game, and tops that one to Johnson. Johnson makes the play.
Deceptive slider right there, stayed in the tunnel a long time, got that hitter out front, rolled over it.
Always like not being able to see Shohei on base. 85 speed, but at 6'4", he just flies. And Betts, another base hit. I start to question if I should change the defense every time he's up, because he just hits it there every time. That's a tough one. But 1 out, Rhys Hoskins moves up in the lineup from last night. Batting 182, I don't see why he gets to move up. But Mookie Betts takes off. Henry David. Oh, Andy Rodriguez with a late throw. Mookie swipes one. The 2-0 pitch, trying to get back into the count. In for a strike. A nice slider. Solo has a nice little arsenal. I like the opportunity that he can have to grow and be part of this organization long term in the rotation. Doesn't throw an overpowering fastball, but has a good mix of movement as he bounces one, but Mookie Betts is going to take third on it. And 2 runners on with 1 out here with Andy Pahis. But it's tough to get a good gauge of what I want to do with him when we are kind of forced to put him in after having the Cole Irvin injury. But we have a lot of arms with opportunity to be a big part of this organization. We have one in AA that I really enjoy. We have one that's a few years out, as this game is going to be tied with the in and out hit to right field. 1-1 game. Pajes delivers. And now Cody Hose. Big fan of that name, aren't we? But he's going to try to get his first playoff hit here, as we are out of the zone with 2 pitches. And we'll just try to get a double play ball, as we will not be able to do that. That's out to Drew. And he's able to make the play, and he tags up, goes to third, 2 runners on, 2 outs. Now Cartaya will try to put the Dodgers up here, and we get a nice take there. Thank you very much. And a slide step here, and that is taken over third base. And we have given up the lead again. Something that has happened all too familiar these most recent games. But let's just see if we can get out of this inning 2-1 as De La Paula steps in again. The Dodgers are tough. I can never think I'm in a safe place, regardless if it's 1-0 or 5-0. They can always rally back. It's a lot of contact, and that is a foul ball. Very close, though. Solo just trying to get out of this inning, and he is not able to yet, as Sawinski lasers one in. What a play, and he cuts down the run at home. We absolutely love to see that. Sawinski trying to show that he deserves to get paid as he heads into arbitration with 1 year of team control left. I have some decisions to make around him, whether we want to keep him long term, give him 1 more year, or let him go into free agency where he will get a bigger opportunity. As Tamar Johnson swings over Splitter to start the bottom of the second. Squincy is an amazing righty hitter. He does everything we want in left field. But with Hernandez coming up from AAA next year with a lot of speed and the ability to swipe bags, I want to give him the opportunity to be an everyday left fielder, and especially give me a 2 high speed outfielders. Really like being able to cover a lot of range regardless of having relatively lower fielding stats. As Nick takes one outside, has had a good postseason so far, has hit righties and lefties well after struggling against righties during the regular season. Puts one up the middle, and that'll be another base hit for Nick Gonzalez. He's also someone I was looking on maybe moving to another team. I have a lot of infielders with a lot more bat-to-ball skill than Nick that I wanted to get playing time. So we have possible big lineup changes going into next season with the things I have in motion, the things I have in mind. Victor Scott steps in, takes one outside, and is going to look to get another hit. He has been a surprisingly decent bat for us, given that he does not have a lot of offensive prowess. But batting .270 so far in the postseason, swiping a couple bases, playing good defense, that is all I want out of a center fielder. As he laces one to left, 2 runners on, 1 out here in the second inning. As Andy Rodriguez is trying to get his first career playoff hit now. A lot of first career playoff hits possible in this game. takes one outside. He's had an up and down series so far with us. Has had a potential, has started at a 70, and just really has not shown anything special. The ability to play the outfield, though, he has a few secondary positions, so we can possibly move him around. And because he is one of the top guys for the Pirates in real life, I'm not really looking to move him yet. If he continues to not really impress me, then I definitely could see him being on the move, especially at 26 years old now. As we swing over a splitter, 2-2. But being a switch hitter also gives him an advantage, as we see 3 straight splitters, swing at 2. And that's a strikeout. 2 outs here with Curtis Mead. Curtis Mead is someone I want to get more at-bats next season. He has a cool batting stance. He puts the ball in play nicely. And he can develop into a 25-plus home run guy, especially with that 60 power. And we had the opportunity to nuke that one. 0-2 count now. Looking to drive in a run, tie this game up. 1-2 here. But we have a lot of things to look forward to, regardless of this series outcome. It's nice to just get a whiff of the postseason. Taking out the Diamondbacks was a good start for us. And now we're just trying to keep advancing, just try to keep playing good baseball against a little bit better of teams, a little bit more complete, and we just fumble the bag. 2 runners left on, 2-1 game still, as Vargas will lead off. 0-1 in the game. Solo has 30 pitches through 2 1/3, so he's throwing okay. He'll hopefully be able to get through 6 for us, depending how the next couple of innings go. And just outside for a ball. Solo doesn't have overwhelming stuff, as I mentioned before, but he seems to have good control. A lot of the contact that I had before the Dodgers was not very hard contact. Perdomo grounds out to Gonzalez, and I feel like there's a good opportunity for Solo to maybe become our 2 or 3 in the rotation in a couple of years. Shohei 0 for 1 so far, looks at a ball. And now he's been in the league for 10 years, and his stats are amazing. I'm excited to see how his career stats unfold, and it's amazing to think what he could be at if he came over at 20, 21 years old, was able to truly play 18 years of the way he is now. That would be all-time stats that he'll already put up playing 12 years. But he half swings, watches that go by. 2-2 count here. And he watches a slider outside the zone. Red hot Mookie on deck, and Ohtani just gets under that one. That one could have been sent 450. Instead, it got sent 290. 2-1, Drew Manzardo and Los Santos for us in the bottom of the 3rd.
Drew, 24 years old, and he's a former Gold Glove Award winner.
And Drew coming off his Gold Glove year, without the Gold Glove attributes as you would expect. But we like him in right field, holding things down, being a consistent everyday bat. And watches the fastball. And during the offseason, I'm also going to try and make our top 10 prospect list. It's not really going to include Ozzie Hernandez, who will be graduating from the prospect here almost in the first month of the season next season. But the prospect list is something that I like to get in depth with. There's not, unfortunately with MLB, there's no team list that it gives you, just the top 50. So I'll be able to make a top 10 list for the team, see how it lands, and watch people progress as the season goes. But one out here in the third, fly out to Betts, and now Manzardo looking for another base hit. And I am just under that one. Pop up to Cartaya. Take care of it. 2 outs. Very disappointing. That's a pitch I gotta put somewhere, not 2 feet from the home plate. But we'll look to just get something going here with 2 outs. And there's a hard hit to third. Makes the play. Into the fourth we go, down 1 run. And now Mookie looking to continue his hot streak. 1 for 1 on the day. You know, I've had enough of it. He hits it over there every time. I just want normal defense. And if he hits it up the middle, then it is what it is. He deserves it up the middle, not right at the second baseman. But 0-2 after a quick 2 foul balls, and we'll attack here with the high fastball. At 95, he got it up to there, and he fouls it off. But we'll see how Solo does during being one of the starting rotation guys during spring training. I always like to have all of my pitching prospects be my spring training pitchers. They'll be able to get the most innings. I'll be able to see them, their stats against the most ready talent. And we'll kind of be able to get a gauge as to who's more ready than others and who might need a little bit more time as well. As Hoskins fouls one off. So someone like Solo, who's going to come in with an 82 or so overall, is a lot more ready than others. But there's also no guarantee, just like we saw with Ronsny Contreras this year, with his 5.4 ERA at an 85 overall. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. Your stuff doesn't work. You're not a good pitcher. And just like we saw with Alex Manoah this season, kinda. But since that point, he's been able to really find his stuff. He's been able to be a high-quality pitcher. So maybe Contreras can flourish with another team. It's not going to be us, especially for the $12 million that he will be asking for. As Solo throws one of his first changeups of the day that looks a lot nicer than I thought it would. And that's what I thought it would look like as he throws a hanger. And that's hit to right field for a base hit.
Trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way. Here's Cody Hose.
But we're gonna try to get through the 5th. Gonna try to put in a couple outs of the 6th. But he does not have a high stamina, as Cody Hose coming off of being the September Rookie of the Month. There was one month that I was looking through that we swept the awards, so maybe I'll look through that before the end of the episode, and we can show a little month breakdown. You know, it's crazy how they will give you monthly breakdowns as these player of the months, but you're not able to do any of that when you want to look through stats. You're not able to do last 10 games, last 15 games a month. So, you know, so things like that. If you could look month over month, as Cartaya rips one, Sawinski moves back and makes the play. If you could look over month by month how people are doing, you could get a gauge as to especially minor leaguers when they're starting to improve. If they're not, it's about the little things, especially in franchise when it's all supposed to be immersive. You're supposed to have full control, but you can't necessarily get a lot of the stats that let you be in full control and really understand where the projection of your guys could be. Quick 0-2 count on Swinsky. And Gonsolin, high fastball in the zone, fouled off. And we're just going to try to get something going here in the fourth. Has been a close game so far. Solo's going to put in one more inning of work. I don't think he's going to be able to do much more than that. As we foul. Oh, fly it right to third base. Makes the play. And now Johnson steps in. Maybe I spoke too soon in the first inning with how our bats were doing. And that is 2 quick outs. Nick Gonzalez looking to stay hot here. And that's an ugly swing on a good splitter here. And another one. He is really not throwing a fastball right now, but why would he if we're just going to swing at every splitter? This is a great showing out of me right now. As we strike out here, Jose De Paula steps in to start the 5th. And that will be a strike on the outside corner at 93. Paula got his first career postseason hit earlier. He's got good speed, not someone I really want to let get on base. As he hits one over to Gonzalez, throws it on over, one out here. And Miguel Vargas, who's 2 ground outs so far tonight. A half swing, called a strike. I enjoy the call. This has been a much cleaner inning from Solo so far. Those a little inside with the changeup. Outside there, as we'll try to backdoor with a slider to even up the count. Not able to. 3-1 right now. And not able to hit a spot. 1 out runner on Perdomo. And I think I'm going to get somebody warmed up. Both of our long relief guys have some energy used. So it looks like... and a lot of my lefties have full energy. So I might warm up Jose Hernandez and bring him in for Shohei. If there's any trouble, as a hit and run is executed to perfection. First and third, Shohei Ohtani up to bat.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't
always effective here in the show. A nice hit and run, clear out that right side. And now Ohtani will step on in. I am going to push Solo a little bit to try to get through this inning. And we get 2 quick strikes on Ohtani. And here's the 0-2. Oh, and Manzardo makes the play after a bobble. A run comes in, no double play. And that is a botch by Kyle Manzardo. And then he takes his sweet time to get the ball, so no hustle right there. Mookie is gonna be up. I think it's time for Jose Hernandez to come in. Not pretty stats so far in 1 2/3, 600 and 400 respective averages. Let's hope we can bring those down. But not an easy batter to do that against, as he starts out with a dirt ball slider. 1-0. And look, he swings through a hard fastball. 1-1. Not able to catch the corner, as probably the most dangerous batter in the lineup. Mookie is somebody that has only improved since joining the Dodgers, it has felt like. Grounds out onto the bottom of the 5th, but a run given up. Solo taken out of the game, and we'll just look to scrap this one together as we go through it. And Victor Scott fouls off another splitter. Maybe I should just sit back on splitter at this point, because it's getting crazy. I try to do it, and now I'm very late. Adjust. 0-2 here. Up, out. A 1-2 count here. 57 pitches into the 5th inning. Might be Gonsolin's last inning of work. Swings through a splitter. And that's his 5th strikeout of the game. Andy Rodriguez now steps in after the strikeout. Looks to just put the ball in play here after a couple Ks. Not the best pitch to swing at, but something I felt like I could just put the other way potentially. 0-1. Down. 1-1 now. But our offense has been sputtering, as another splitter gets us. I should go back after this game and check the swing rate on the splitter, because it's very high. Much too high. As get under one, pop to left field, easy play, and that's 2 away here, bottom 5th. Curtis looking for his first hit of the day, has had a good postseason so far. Watched the splitter finally. 1-0. And swung over a fastball, evening up the count. Has a good hard slider at 88. 1-2 count here, 2 outs, and another strikeout.
Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh.
I need to lock in.
3-1.
And we continue into the 6th, as Jose Hernandez gonna try to get him through this whole inning. I don't have a lot of full bullpen arms regardless. I have all lefties besides Camilo Doval. And nice 1-1 slider thrown. And we'll see if we can get Rhys Hoskins to swing with the change. We can. And that is 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
Beat him inside on that last pitch, and when you look back at the pitch sequence on that strikeout, it's pretty interesting. Away, in, away, and then back in again. Really commanded both sides of the
Now, Andy Pages, 2 for 2 on the day. He's hit the ball hard opposite field, he's pulled the ball hard, as he watches a backdoor slider. And that's a great pitch by Jose Hernandez. 2 outs, no one on, as we look to get through a quick inning, potentially. Going right after batters, Cody in his 10 games hit a high 300. And he watches another one high on the border. 0-2 count here. One more fastball here. And we Get him with the ugly swing. Oh, my goodness.
Back here at the ballpark, John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth and leading off the bottom of the
And into the bottom of the sixth, 3-1 game. See if we can get something going here. So watch a slider. But I should get somebody up in the bullpen. We are going to need an inning and a bit out of them. I am going to go with Gregorio Diaz, and maybe Jaime Barria gets 4 outs potentially. I know he has a low 75% stamina already, but he's the only righty. He's the only righty that we have in our bullpen with the chance. So 1-1 here. Watches an inside fastball, 2-1. Gonsolin thrown a decent amount of pitches at 70, so this will definitely be his last inning of work here. That's another good slider. 2-2 count. Taken away. But there's been a lot of change. There's been a lot of player movement as we watch a low splitter. Just this season 2027 we had 97 overall Bobby Witt Jr. come over from the Royals to the Cubs. So I'm excited to get into 2028 season gameplay, get against them. They also have Juan Soto as Manzardo steps in, swings in front of a splitter, fouled off. Taking a step, Robert Drew takes off. A good jump, and it is in time. That is second stolen base of the day. Has gotten a good jump both times. Not the fastest guy, can get good jumps, can make his plays. He's in scoring position with nobody out. As we have a swinging bunt, a ball I definitely should have taken, but we will take the swinging bunt sometimes. Man on third, 1 out, De Los Santos in an RBI opportunity. Looking for his first hit of the day. Goes to third, does not make it past, but it'll drive in the run. And a 3-2 ball game. And Gonsolin will be taken out. Gavin Stone will be brought in. The game always brings in someone that's not even warming up in the bullpen. Make it make sense, please. And we will start with a rocket. A foul. 100 off the bat. Could have waited a little bit more. 0-1 pitch, and right past us at 95 now. So we have a little bit different pitch repertoire than Gonsolin. Probably more fastballs, and that is right on the corner. That's a hard pitch to take. That's a hard pitch to swing at. Oh well. And Gregorio Diaz will come in, try to have a good inning here in the 7th inning. We're going to have 3 more pitchers, 2 more pitchers to use. We don't have anyone with longer stamina available. So it's going to be by committee. Possibly somebody gets stretched as Cartaya pops it up to Manzardo. 1 out here, top of the 7th, as the Dodgers are up 3-2 after some early offense has given them a lead. And De La Paulo fouls it off. 0-1, and Diaz has been one of the better younger bullpen arms that we have. Has progressed nicely. I do like to take a reliever in the draft each year with the potential to grow. Relievers do grow on trees at this point, but it's nice to have one go through the system. As Gregorio Diaz is already tired. And he hangs one. And DePaulo almost has his first home run. And coming back with the slurve, fouls it off again. We're just trying to get through this inning. Don't really have the arms to take him out. And a 3-2 pitch here. Gonna try to get him with the change. Fouls it off here on a pitch that would have been ball 4. One more change up here. Hopefully catching a corner. And a ground ball to Curtis Mead over to Manzardo. 2 outs here with Miguel Vargas now hitting. 0 for 2 on the day and make that 1 for 3 as we do not hit our spot and he nukes it. 413 feet, 104 off the bat. And we do not like to see that. I just felt as soon as I released that pitch that it was going to be going a long way. And just like that. And just like that. I am trying to get an overlay that will put the chat on screen. But work in progress here as the first overlay is a nice start. Still some things to tweak as we go through the continued streams. As Gregorio Diaz faces his last batter. And we will warm up Genesis Cabrera to come in after Perdomo. As we get back into the count, 3-1. And we walk him. Gregorio Diaz will come out. And Genesis Cabrera will look to set down Shohei Ohtani. Mr. GOAT in baseball right now. And that's enough warm-up pitches. Perdomo on first, Ohtani at the plate looking for his first hit of the day as well. As an inside fastball does not catch the zone. Another fastball low outside the zone. And Ohtani rips it. That'll be a base hit. First to second. And now 2 on, 2 out with Mookie Betts here. Dodgers are showing why they're a dangerous team. Put the ball in play, hit the ball hard, and anyone can contribute at any time. 0-1 here as we look to get out of the inning with only 1 run given up. And in the dirt, nobody takes off. Sometimes this game has awful logic where people will take off when it's a foot away from the catcher. And that catches the inside corner, 90-mile-an-hour changeup. And we are into the bottom of the 7th.
Welcome back. Now it's the second baseman, Termarr Johnson.
Termarr Johnson, 2 for 20 in this series. We might look another direction in the next game lineup-wise. As I swing through a high fastball that I should have just left. 0-1 here. Circle change outside the zone. As Johnson struggling during the playoffs after being a good regular season bat. Fouling that one off. I like the progression that he's made over the last couple years, becoming a legit 20-plus home run threat and with possibility to grow. as he puts one into the gap here. Possibly. Oh, Milky Betts is not able to run it down, and we are going to go to third to get thrown out. I should have just stayed, especially with no outs.
Understand the situation with nobody out. You got to be able to shut it down, stay at second, keep yourself in
And that slide was the opposite of what we wanted. So that'll be one out. A very disappointing at-bat right there. A hit with no runner on base. One out here in the bottom of the seventh. Nick Gonzalez fouls off a high fastball. But sometimes it's your own fault for not being able to get back into games, and right there, definitely was. And popped up, just foul. Rhys Hoskins makes the play. And 2 outs here in the seventh. As Victor Scott, 4 for 16 in the series, it looks to get on base for the 5th time. And he swings right over a circle change. Nice pitch by Gavin Stone to start the at-bat. Scott has speed, so if he gets on base, there's an opportunity to swipe a bag, get him in the position to score a run potentially. But we just need to do that first bit. Get him on base. Taking a ball outside is a good start. 2-1 count here.
2 outs.
And takes another one inside. Scott should be our center fielder for a few years to come. I am looking forward to next year's draft, going outfield heavy potentially, because we do not have a lot of outfield prospects in the system at this point. We have, so I want to add some to the system, maybe a couple low 60 overalls hopefully, to give our guys a few years. But I am going to go outfield heavy to potentially find a replacement center fielder with a little bit more offensive upside. As Genesis Cabrera comes out for the 8th inning, we're going to hopefully get him through here, and then maybe use Jaime Barria for the 9th. As we are now over an hour into the stream now. We love for these longer videos, longer streams, especially gameplay, and that is in No Man's Land. Termar Johnson ranges on over though and is able to make a great play. Pajes 2 singles, an RBI on the day already, and that is a hanger. So, and we'll come back with a better curve. Yes, we do. A 0-2 count here. And far outside, 98. And we'll see if we can get him with a changeup. And not even close. 2-2 count. Bring back the curve. Oh, out of the zone. 3-2 count with Cody Hose on deck. Might have to trade for Cody Hose just for the name. And 3-2, ripped down the line. Mead with a jump throw for no reason, but we like it. As we'll take a quick look. 1, 2, hop. The best Jeter impression he could give. Cody Hose, 1 for 3, 2 outs, taking a change-up inside for a ball. And that's a low, but called a strike. 1-1. As we will look to battle back over these last inning and a half. As Cody not making things easy, trying to use the put-away fastball outside of the zone. 3-2. Curveball incoming. And a walk.
designed to fool you.
And now,
Wasn't fooled at all.
2 outs, man on first. Diego Cartaya starts watching that for a fastball in the zone. We'll take a look real quick at first. Cody's not going to be going. And could have gone either way. Don't appreciate it, ump. 1-1 count here. Down the line, foul ball. And a potential put away pitch here. As he puts it way high. Not even on Aaron Judge. Is that a strike? 2-2. As Tamar Johnson dives, makes a nice play. Throw it to first. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? What are you running for? Oh my goodness. Is that on me? Is that on him? Yes, that's on me. There's 2 runners on base. 2 outs. 2-run lead. 0-2 count here after a nice 2-seam. Seeing if we could get the put away. We are not. Oh, Curtis Mead now makes the play. And he decides to actually throw the ball. What a play by Curtis Mead. And now we go into the bottom of the 8th, just trying to claw back. As Phil Bickford, what flow he has. Andy Rodriguez begins the bottom of the 8th for us. We have 6 outs remaining. And make that 5 as I just get under a fastball that was right there. The Dodgers have won the last 2 games, looking to make it 3 as Curtis Mead coming off of a nice play last inning. A couple of them actually. Just looking to get on base here. 0 for 3 on the day in his 2nd consecutive game in the leadoff spot. That's in for a ball. And we're just trying to get something going. Get a pitch to hit. As Bickford throws the 2-0. Make that 3-0. And Robert Drew is going to look to do some damage as he is on deck. But Curtis Mead gets one right down the middle, takes it into left, and that is going to be a base hit. And we have a runner on with 1 out. And now Drew steps on in, tying runner at the plate. And takes a high fastball, just a little bit out of the zone. Robert Drew hitting only 2 for 17 in this series. The last couple of games have really done damage to some of these guys. So we'll just try to put something in play. As Bickford having trouble finding the zone, throws the ball away. I don't think that was the problem. Has a 2-0 count here in the bottom of the 8th. As hits one into the gap. We'll go first to third on that. And we have the tying runs on base. With 1 out here in the 8th. As Manzardo steps in. Awful swing at a 95-mile-an-hour inner cheese. As we're going to try to get Robert Drew in motion here. As pick off a throw over. Hopefully take away the double play chance, but I'm going to give it another pitch or 2. As Manzardo puts it up the middle. It's a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 8th. As we're getting the offense going, our best hitter comes to the plate. And there's a lot to like about this opportunity here. And here he is, Benito de los Santos, has put the ball in play hard every time. And a big swing here. Foul ball. 74 clutch, 81 power. He has a lot of natural pop, as we've seen. And swings right over a slider, ending up fouling it off. 0-2 count here as we just try to put something in play. And he puts it down, and that's gonna drop. Oh, and it's gonna get past. Oh my goodness. And we are gonna take the lead off a Benito de los Santos triple. What the hell just happened on the wall there? Looks like the bounce screwed him up, was not able to play it. Yep. And we are able to take the lead. A big triple on a little blooper. As Sawinski looks to extend this lead. Swinging over the slider.
De Los Santos takes his lead at third with one away.
And I accidentally hit the A button. And it's an 0-2 count. With one out here. And then I swing right over a slider. And it is 2 outs here with Termarr Johnson, who I'm actually gonna let him hit. He's one of our franchise pieces. I like him around long term. And we're gonna take that inside for a ball. Trying to drive in De Los Santos. A huge insurance run that would be. But will not be able to happen as we pop it up. Posey makes the play. And in to the 9th we go. As Camilo Doval will come in for us. And we get to face 2, 3, 4 for the Dodgers here. Because who asked for it to be easy? Oh my goodness, what a swing by Miguel Vargas right there. As we'll look to set him down here. Swings over the sinker, fouls it off. And the 0-2 watches that 1-2 pitch now in the top of the 9th with a late comeback once again. That's how we won the first game. It's possible we win the 5th. As Miguel Vargas swings over a slider. 1 out here as Perdomo looks to get on base for Shohei Ohtani on deck. And the 1-0. And Perdomo swings off to Termarr Johnson, and he is set down, and we have 2 outs here in a critical Game 5. And we, over the next 2 batters, we have people I don't really want to let make solid contact, as he hits one right to Termarr Johnson, grounds out, and the Pirates have now gotten a 3-2 lead over the Dodgers here, and get their first home win of the series. Solometo struggles in his first start, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, but the Pirates are able to scratch that out. What a game for us with a 9th inning comeback. With 3 runs in the 8th inning A collapse by Phil Bickford coming out of the bullpen. We are able to take a crucial lead in this series, thanks to great work out of the bullpen. After a rocky start by Anthony Solometo, we are able to bring it back a little bit, have some good innings out of the bullpen, and give ourselves a chance to come back ultimately in this eighth inning. But it's a 3-2 series lead. I am shocked. Because the Dodgers are the Dodgers. It's always tough to play the Dodgers. But we're here with the opportunity over these next 2 games in LA to win the series. But that will be another day, as I will simulate, and we will have another showdown. Paul Skeens, Shohei Ohtani. That's coming up in episode number 6, I believe. This was episode number 5. I appreciate anybody who watched. We'll click on this. If you are, like, comment, subscribe, give me feedback. But until then, talk to you later and have a great day.